Each year, thousands of women elect to have partial or full mastectomies to aid in the treatment or prevention of breast cancer. For women battling breast cancer, this is just one step in the recovery process, and it can be hard to reconcile with the changes in one's body after these procedures. This inspired Dallas-based tattoo artist Deanna James to use her talents to help change lives. Deanna joins us to share more. So nice to meet you. Welcome to Texas today.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to talk about this.
What you're doing is just amazing, but before we talk about that, can you talk to us about your journey as a tattoo artist and where it all began?
It began when I was 16, I think, when I got my first tattoos, and I became absolutely obsessed with tattoos. I was in art school for so long. When I mean art school, I mean like an arts magnet middle school and high school. My parents put me in art classes since 3rd grade, so my whole life was art at that point. But there was just something that I felt like was missing. I wanted something more exciting that had to do with my art. When I found tattooing, I saw it and I was like, this is a new industry that people haven't really poked into. This was like 15 years ago, showing my age. And I just thought it was really interesting, and I wanted to develop something new, and it was exciting. No one was doing it, and I became obsessed with wanting to dive into it.
How did you get into reconstructive tattooing?
So I just felt like I'm so lucky to be doing what I'm doing. I wanted to give back, and there's something about giving back to the community or giving back to people. It's a real serotonin boost. It gives me it gives me a sense of purpose more with what I do.
And then something pretty amazing is not only you're doing this, but you're also teaching others to do the same.
Yes, so
that's amazing.
Because there's so many people right in the world who have gone through breast cancer, and I'm only one person. So if I gave out free seminars to people who also want to do it for free, that just creates more people around the world or the nation that I could send people to if they can't drive all the way to me, you know? So
what has the reaction been from people that get this reconstructive tattoos? How do they react?
Oh my goodness. I'm not gonna start crying. It's very emotional. Yeah, like I said, like they feel like they've lost a little part of themselves. Yeah. So from their words, they say, I feel whole again.
Wow.
It means so much that they get to feel whole again in their words.
And then something so fascinating to me is that you do these tattoos for free. I mean, that's crazy.
I do, because I don't know. Can I tell you the story of
yes,
how?
Yes, of course. Tell me. Yes.
Yeah. So it started off when I was a few years into tattooing, and I was doing realism. I do color realism. That's mostly what I do. So basically, I replicate what I see on a photo onto a person. So someone saw that, a mother, and she said, well, you can replicate pictures. Could you give me my nipples back after a double mastectomy? And I thought about it. I said, that sounds easy, you know, you're just replicating a picture. So she comes with her 2 daughters, who are at the time were around my age, in their early 20s. And she came to me, and I saw what she had before. A doctor had done them, somebody who wasn't an artist.
Yeah.
She said she paid thousands of dollars for them. And sorry. And after I did it, the results were amazing. I was so stoked to give it to her. Afterwards, her daughters, they were all so happy and crying, and it was like this emotional experience. And I thought, people don't ask for this sickness that they get. It doesn't seem fair to me, and I want to give it. It was a no-brainer.
For somebody watching right now who might need one of these tattoos, how can they get in contact with you?
So email.
Okay.
Anybody can email, and if you're not in Dallas, or if Dallas is too far away, we now, because I teach people, have a record of someone that might be closer to you.
Okay.
So email info@EdenBodyArtStudios.com.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you so much for your doing for our community. That's just amazing.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
To learn more about Deanna James, be sure to visit her website, deannaart.com.